Greetings, everyone. We in the first video that we recorded were on the top of a hill that side. We are now in the open space. It's behind Bizingwe Hill and the Shajarong. So I just want to show you where our cattle were grazing or our cattle are grazing. You can see that there's no grass. And this is the legacy of colonialism. When the British South African Company colonized us in 1893, they moved us to this area, a hilly area. Of course, they took our cattle, our grandfather's cattle, inkomo zabokhokho bethu, and they left us with a few. Were forced to pay hard tax. But what is important is to see that, as you can see, this grass, there's no grass, but this is where our cattle are grazing, especially during farming season. Here in this area, in my village, were subsistence farmers. So farming is seasonal. We don't farm throughout the year. Normally, we start from October, November to farm until April or May when the final harvest is done. So during the farming period, our cattle will be grazing in this area. That means from October, November, December up to somewhere May. And then once we've harvested in the fields, then our cattle go there. So as I said in the earlier video that our area was built following the road, a linear settlement on the southern part, this is the southern part, is the hilly area. Sithe egangeni ngaphandle, where our cattle come and graze. On the northern side are the fields where people cultivate. So you can see that colonialism was not good for us, and it is still important that we should have a proper land reform. But on the other end there was a farm, which now, of course, after 2000, it was a resettlement. Some people moved into the farm. But during the time we're growing up, until 2000, during the chaotic land reform, that farm was for a white person. When we were growing up here in the 70s and early 80s, it was a farm for the white men. Our cattle were not allowed to graze that side. So ours will graze here. If your cattle were found grazing on that farm, before Adam's Farm or cooperative, you know that the missionaries, Adam's Farm, those that were then brutally killed in 1987 on the farm there, they only came, I think, 1983, 1984. But in the 70s, as we were growing up, that place was called Iplaza Lagomalapula. So our cattle were not allowed to graze there. So let me shift my camera and show you around here. There are interesting plants, as you can see. This plant is called ugagu. We actually pull this is for cattle feed. Cattle feed, ugagu. We feed the cattle to this. We also use this ugagu for our goats. So this area is good for goats, though many people here prefer cattle because of these plants. So it's ugagu, which we use as part of cattle feed. Cattle feed. We use this as cattle feed. And as you can see, these plants, it's actually dry area here. These plants, they are drought resistance. As you can see, these thorns, ameva. That's what goats like. But that's the thing. But The thing is, because you'll be a boy who will not have shoes or tennis shoes, you'll be walking barefoot. So we're victims, we're always victims of this. When it pierces your foot, you also need to remove it using another thorn to remove. Nxa uhlatshwe ngameva. So it was painful, especially the thorns of ugagu, this plant. So that's the area. And of course, here, if it was raining, you will have some water, a stream here. What was interesting was that we will sit on that hill, which will go to after this recording. We'll go to that one is Shajarongwe. We'll sit there. You will see wild animals. Were hunters here. Inqina. That's what we used to hunt here in Inqina. But I'm not sure about this Inqina of the Zulu, because you remember we're told that King Misizulu, ahead of his coronation, part of the things that he had to do is to hunt for Inqina. But our Inqina that we hunt here, used to hunt, is just like Impala, if you know Impala. So he called Inqina, Impunzi, and of course Umvundla ngesizulu, but uNogwaja. This area. So our dogs will be chasing here and will be on the hills there, or will come down assisting our dogs to catch Inqina or Impunzi. So like I'm saying, I do not know what Inqina elamazulu abathi kuzingelwa Inqina. Here you can see the tracks of a Scotch car in Ngola. It will be coming here in Ngola to collect firewood. Yeah, la esitheza khona. You can see these are all the cow dungs, because this time our cattle are grazing in the fields, because it's winter. So if it is winter, they graze in the fields. So these are old, maybe for last year's. You see now is now whitish. But I did spot some fresh one. You remember, there is also, you can use this cow dung for your power energy. I saw another video on YouTube. This is a newish one. So some cattle were here, but many cattle are on the southern side. I mean on the northern side, because here we're on the southern side. So I saw some video where they were saying you can use this to generate your own house. And I was saying that one of the things that we as communists must do is to teach people in this village. We will start that, teach people in this village ukuthi benze ihas, so that they will not be chopping down trees for cooking, because people here, we do chop down trees for cooking. We have no electricity. The only power that we have now, people are buying solar, those solar things for lights. We buy batteries, we buy solar panels for our lights, charging our phones. I left my power bank charging on the solar at my home, because here we don't have electricity. 42 years after independence, and my village is about less than 50 kilometers outside Bulawayo, but we still do not have electricity. 42 years. In the Soviet Union, within 10 years, almost the whole Russia was electrified after the Russian Revolution of 1917. This is why it's important that we complete the liberation of Zimbabwe, so that people have access to energy. access to internet. At my homestead, I struggle to get internet connection. It is so poor. So these are the things that we need to resolve. But I thought I needed to show you this area. So you can see, just check this grass. This is what our cake are expected to feed on. Inkomo zakithi ziyabe zicakile. So we complement by buying the feed from Bulawayo, or we use this which I showed you, and then amahlanga and so forth. Yeah, that's the area where we used to head cattle. We are not like others that will follow cattle from morning till sunset. Thina siyavulela inkomo. They will come here in the morning, and then we come later on in the day. Sesodinga inkomo. So this way we used to play games, lots of games, as you would know, boys. There is Mchabez River here, which I don't think I will get there, where we used to swim. We will play various games here in Kondo. If you know in Kondo, we will also be using this cow dung. There's a game that we used to play using this cow dung, but these ones are old. We'll be hitting each other. And then there are these things called Tunyolov. My homeboy Katampov will tell you Tunyolov, what Unyolov is in English. So we used to eat lots of wild fruits. When it's a rainy season, there is lots of wild fruits. Yamathunduluka, umkhemeswana, umchwankela, and so forth. Yeah, please. Yeah, we'll now be going to that hill, Shajarongwe. So we used to walk from the northern side about a kilometer or so to that hill, which is historic. So when you get there, I will tell you more about that hill. A lot of things were happening there. Otherwise, please like this video, circulate to your contacts. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's good to be in this area. You see the hill there behind me, it's in Mbizingwe. So I'm ngemva Mbizingwe. And you see I'm wearing a nice cap, Zimbabwe. I'm a patriotic Zimbabwean. Okay, thanks so much. Goodbye.